really wasn't the autonomous soldier that we really needed him to be. He ended up actually passing the test for his warrant on the first try. And what that means is he's obviously a genius, right? No, a very smart guy, and he was able to continue that trend for our office, which is very unusual. Most folks do not pass it on the first try. It's kind of like the bar exam. You got to try multiple times. So we promoted him, and then also got him into the Premier Space System ACO role that Raj mentioned. So what does that really mean, though? So he's got contract oversight for a $42 billion portfolio. In my personal life, I can't imagine billion, right? That's just a number that doesn't make sense. But at the end of the day, he was responsible for the transactions on all those contracts, and both fiscally and personally liable in some cases. So that's the level of risk that he was able to take on and process for our office. And we can go into the individual programs that he was helping out and things like that, but obviously was able to pick up a large part of the workload from our contracts team and run with it. So got to thank him for that, right? That's a huge amount of effort, and we really appreciate everything he did for us here. So with that, Raj, I don't know if you can spotlight Byron. We can go ahead and go through a couple of gifts that the CMOs are going to give. And actually, the first one, since it's Palmdale's coin, apologize, Byron, we haven't developed our Northrop Grumman one yet, our El Segundo one. Colonel Ferris, would you like to say a couple of words along with your Palmdale coin?
Sure thing. Yeah, just happy to chip in. Want to commemorate Byron and his efforts for the greater CMO. I understand you guys will be getting your own coins here soon, but we're all part of the same team, all trying to achieve the same mission. And to be honest, I'm jealous. You have a pretty exciting tour ahead of you, a great opportunity I'm sure you're looking forward to. So congratulations, best of luck, and best wishes.
Thank you, sir. And so the second gift that we have from the CMO from the office is actually our standard Northrop Grumman El Segundo gift. It's a surfboard. The one that Byron has hasn't been signed by everybody yet, so we will get that mailed out to him, but it'll be up at Jabana's desk if you want to stop by and sign it. But the great thing is not only was he able to use that here, but he'll be able to use that in Japan too. So no, if you haven't heard already, he's headed off to Misawa, Japan to be the Director of Business Operations out there. So Byron, best of luck to you. Thank you for all that you did for our office. And with that, back over to you, Raj.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Colonel Wood and Colonel Ferris. Appreciate those kind words. Dr. Barman could not make it to the event, but I will share a few words on his behalf. Congratulations to you and your wife for getting your wish list assignment. You deserve it big time. I will unfortunately not be able to attend the virtual going away party. I implored my dentist to give a different appointment and he would not budge. I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for all you have done for DCMA Northrop Grumman El Segundo, CMO Palmdale, and for all that I've learned from you in contracting during your tour. You have made a tremendous impact on all. I clearly remember your never diminishing enthusiasm during your lengthy internal deep dives and JPAT meetings with Northrop Grumman. Your everlasting support to Jay, CMO Palmdale Contracts Director, the PCOs, and our inquisitive technical folks is commendable. Your leadership for the team, your cooperation and collaboration with DCMA property, pricing, and ICAT set a benchmark. Any functional who came in contact with you ended up with accolades for you. Furthermore, your commitment to self-development as exhibited by working full-time and obtaining an MBA in USC by taking classes on Saturdays and evenings is unparalleled. Good luck to you and your family in Japan. Best regards, John. Jay will now present Byron with an Air Force insulated coffee mug with a cover.
All right. All right, so yeah, that's one of the gifts that'll be a comment at the end. But let me go through some background information on Byron, since some of us may not know some of this, or you may be familiar with these locations and some of that. So Byron was born on September 15th, 1992 in Oxnard, California. So he's a California boy. His parents are retired Navy Captain Dean and Becky Muhlenberg, and he has one sister, Ashley Muhlenberg. Some of the schools he went to. So for elementary, he went to Oaks Elementary in Oaks, Pennsylvania. Middle school, Springford Public Middle School in Royersford, Pennsylvania. He went to the Hill School for high school in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. He graduated in 2014 from the Air Force Academy with a bachelor's in biology and a minor in Japanese. And he currently is going to USC, and his anticipated graduation is in 2021 with an MBA. So first impression of Byron coming here, you know, I was out, and some people may get these inside jokes, some may not. I was getting a long legacy of Bergs that I've had the honor of working with, starting with Muhlenberg, who set the standard, or a new standard, and then now Muhlenberg, who exceeded the standard. It wasn't all rainbows and unicorns when Byron first arrived. You know, this LT coming from Japan, you know, and before he's even here, he's asking for a month-long PCS back to Japan. Who does that? You know? Overall, it worked out. We knew the reason, but you know, we as military, you know, we still have to give him some grief. Like Lieutenant Colonel Wood said, Byron did start out as a contract administrator, and then very impatient guy. So we had to give him his warrant right away. And when we talk about him being very smart, he actually is a biochem major, but I always called him a rocket scientist. So very smart dude. Some additional duties you may not be aware of. Some are volunteer and some are voluntold. And here are some examples of the titles he was given. Contracts Team Deputy, JPAD POC, Fire POC, Overage Deep Dive POC, Material Weakness 1 through 3 POC, Incurred Cost Proposal POC, Contract Maintenance Team POC, Military PT POC. He also did a stint as the Western Region Exec Officer, Safety Officer Assistant, GOV Assistant, Security POC Assistant, and then Awards POC Assistant. And some examples of what he accomplished in these roles. So as a deputy, you know, Byron wanted to learn how to be a better leader and take care of people. So obviously, you know, I let him do what he thought as how, you know, how's he going to learn if he isn't allowed to fail? So one lesson he learned real quick was that you don't call civilians when they're off the clock or on weekends. Bet you didn't teach you that at the Air Force Academy. So after that, he went through a steep learning curve, as there is only one way up after, you know, splashing rock bottom. But to his credit, you know, he took time to establish working relationships with his DCMA team. As far as his work ethic goes, he's the hardest working military ACO I know on my team. He was able to manage his workload, his people, and you know, and he was also being a great leader. He developed a great working relationship with the contractor, and unbeknownst to folks, there's the tough conversations we would have behind the scenes and offline. Sometimes me and him would get into heated arguments, but it was always fighting for the best interests of the agency or our teammates. Our goal was always to provide a united front and accountability on us as leaders. And hopefully it was perceived that way. And also behind the scenes, he was my editor for team awards and individual awards. And I think he probably had about a 90% or higher success rate. So, good on him for doing that and wanting to take care of his team. So, improvement. So my one improvement is that as a PT leader for the CGOs, I explicitly recall an ultimate Frisbee game where the FGOs just destroyed the CGOs. And then for some reason, we never played that game again. So I really don't know what the outcome was that, but I guess it was just never to do that again. And as far as being at DCMA, his most important win is that, if you didn't know, he got married to Nagi while he was at DCMA. So us as guys, we welcomed him to the club with open arms. He quickly found out that life went from mine to ours. And Nagi probably doesn't know that you'd act like you're the boss in the office, talking all tough and stuff. But we know who really is the boss behind the scenes at your home. Thank you, Nagi, for keeping him grounded. And hopefully now, with the fortunate PCS back to Japan, you guys can have your ceremony that was delayed due to COVID-19. So in closing, it's been a great 3 years. Keep in touch. I'll miss our daily conversations about work and life after hours and on weekends. I learned about wineries, you teaching me to teach my kid Japanese slang, those fun teenager words. Thank you for introducing me to Terrace House on Netflix. And finally, we can be friends on Facebook. And with that, like I said, we gave it to you. Please accept that small token of appreciation so you won't spill any coffee in your new commander's new car. All right, so take care and good luck to you and Nagi in your future endeavors. Over.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jay. Dion will now present Byron with the Go Swing beer can opener.
Let's see. Yep, still good morning. Good morning, everybody. All right, so Byron, you are a very hardworking man. I've admired your leadership from the beginning. As a Keystone coming in 2018, dealing with 3 different ACOs, clearly I could see that you had a lot of built-in information, and I got a lot of that information, which is very interesting. You have to kind of dig for it and ask the right questions. But getting to know you a little bit better, understanding all the different roles that Jay has clearly laid out, because I was going to mention some of those also. On top of the fact that you're an ACO, and on top of the fact that you are working on your master's degree, you went around and got married too. So now you're juggling every single aspect of what a man, in my eyes, really is. So I want to present this bottle opener to you so that you can sit back, relax, and pop a bottle when it's time for you to come down and chill. Because, man, you wear so many hats. So I am very, very honored that I was able to gain a lot of experience from you in these past 2 years. I hate to see you go. I know that you will keep in touch. I mean, we've ridden bikes together. So hopefully we're just going to do that this weekend. So that'll be our last farewell ride. 30 miles plus, we're going to handle it. And then you can open up that beer after that. So, I appreciate it. Over.
Thanks, Dion. Tony Mamstein, on behalf of QA, will share a few words.
Stop. Hey.
Hey, good afternoon. Well, I want to tell you, Byron, one of the things that, or the thing that I don't like about DCMA is that we constantly see good people come and go. And unfortunately, this is another instance of, a good guy that makes your work environment fun, enjoyable. It just makes it makes it hard to see people like you leave. But we have enjoyed the time that you have been here. And I greatly appreciate all the help that you have given QA over the times, over the past 3 years. You've always been so willing to help us whenever we have contract questions, and you come back with smart, accurate answers, and it's been a godsend for us. So thank you very much. Definitely going to miss your personality, your smile, your sense of humor, and all that. So I wish you and your wife the best at Japan. I'm sure that you're going to do some great things there as well. But in closing, we did get you a little something that you've seen. I didn't know I was supposed to give you the gift from your home, so I'm sorry about that. You should have taken it looking at it a few hours ago. So 5 years from now, we're going to sit back and we're going to talk about the people that we knew, the people in the office, and your name's going to come up. Oh, you remember that Captain Muhlenberg, Byron? And the one thing that's really going to stick out in my mind is you just drinking out of this water cup all the time, like constantly drinking out of this cup. And I know you're not a big sports fan. I know this. I don't know why you're representing the Nuggets. Like, seriously, they have won 0 championships, 0 conference titles. What are you doing? I don't want you going to your next unit and representing a losing organization, all right? Because you're coming from a winning one. I was gonna try to find you a Clippers water mug or Lakers, because it seems like you're going down the basketball avenue, but I'm sorry I wasn't able to in the last second. So we did find you a Rams water supply hydration kit. So I wish you the best of luck there, and thank you for everything you've done for QA.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. We love you, Byron, but we also want to take a moment to appreciate your wife as well. With that being said, I will now present Nagi with a gift card from Lululemon. Thank you for your help and kindness ever since you came into Byron's life here in El Segundo. I sensed an increased sense of calm within him. Ever since you started hosting yoga sessions for our contracts team, you have sparked joy within us and helped us stay flexible and centered. I will say that Byron is lucky to have you, but I will add that our DCMA team is lucky to have you as well. Keep doing you, and wishing you guys all the best. Now it is my sincere pleasure to introduce Byron.
Oh man, you all said a lot. Oh man, yeah, you said a lot. I was laughing the whole time. I wasn't sure what bad or good memories you were gonna bring up while you were ragging on me. But no, I wanted to say thank you to everyone. It's gonna be bittersweet leaving DCMA. I mean, it's gonna be good because going to Japan, being director of business operations, gonna be a great opportunity to grow, to learn, and then be a better leader. It'd be bad because Nagi's sad that we're leaving Los Angeles, so that's the bad part. No, I'm just kidding. There's a lot more to it that's bad. Yeah, I'm really gonna miss DCMA. When I first arrived here, I didn't really know what DCMA, what it was. I knew that DCMA was an organization. You were in plant. You looked over the contractors. You made sure that we got our product. But that's about the extent that what I knew. But over time, I learned through talking with everyone, through learning to be an ACO, that DCMA is so much more than just an in-plant organization. DCMA is really, I think, the forefront of the acquisition chain to the warfighter. I mean, we're the last line before the product goes from the contractor out to the force, the people that are actually doing the that are out there fighting, giving their lives for us. Contractor processes and product specifications, ensure we're getting top-notch product with cost-saving effectiveness. And we're ensuring, and I saw it with COVID-19. I knew it before, but it became even more obvious. We are that agency that is giving money to approving payments for the Defense Industrial Base and ensuring that they get the adequate cash flow and financial support to stay alive. And we're the ones, and this goes for all functions, but we're the ones that have that special relationship with the contractor that no one else really has in the acquisition community. We could be telling them they're doing something completely wrong. One day, disapproving a product, doing a contracting officer's final determination for money, whatever. And then the next meeting, an hour later, it's the same person, and we're saying, good job on this one, good job on that one. And it really takes a special relationship with whoever you're working with to be able to do that. You're mad at them one time, or not, I wouldn't say mad, but you're getting them one time, and then you're helping them out the next. It's really something that I think you can't find anywhere else. After learning all that, I can really say that I am sad to leave DCMA, but I know that I'll be able to take the skills and the lessons I learned here for our next assignment at Misawa to be the actual tip of the spear for the operational side. And at the very least, since Misawa has F-35s, I know that folks, I can look at those planes as they're taking off and know that folks at Northrop Grumman and El Segundo were key to putting that plane in the air. They oversaw the building of the parts and the approval of the parts before they went to be put into the aircraft. So I start talking about specific groups of people, individuals. To my contracting folks, I spent the most time with you. We worked on everything together. And I learned everything about contracting from you all when it comes to DCMA. We debated policy and processes, and ultimately, you all are the ones that made me into the ACO I am. Specifically to my core team, Frida, Raj, Dion, Marlo, I really hope that I was able to support you as the ACO in ways that made you more effective as contract administrators and more effective as acquisition professionals, and made you into the professionals that our customers need. Your desire to do exceptional things pushed me to work a lot harder and grow in ways that I never could have imagined. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to lead you all and working with me to make sure that we got the mission done. To QA, I know we worked a lot of issues together on the F-18 and space side, but I really want to say my fondest memories working with you seem to revolve around the conversations we had in the office. It could range from life, it could range from DCMA, it could range from anything, and it was really a great time. There's a few topics I remember though. One of them is how much better the Air Force is than any of the other services. So we've gotten that down. And then also QA always asking why contracts? What is the secret sauce for contracts to always beat them at every event? We can't tell you though, because then you would start winning. So, but honestly though, I enjoyed you all taking the time to teach me about QA. the regulations and process to what is arguably the last and most critical step at DCMA, final acceptance. I really enjoyed working with you all. To the military, I'd say this is probably one of the hardest assignments to build camaraderie. In the military, we're all separated. There's only a few of us, so it makes it really hard to build it. And I'm going to be honest, I probably wasn't helping that by always using my wife as an excuse to not go out to lunch with you all. Saying she always cooked for me. But however, the interactions we had at PT, staff meetings, and whenever I came over to just sit down, talk with you about any topics from. And I really hope that we're able to continue, or at least at that office, be able to continue when we get PT and when we're able to meet up again. That you'll all be able to continue that sense of cohesion that we were able to build. I really appreciate the time we had together. And now I'm going to move on to specifics for leadership. Lieutenant Colonel Wood, thank you for your mentorship over the past 3 weeks. It's been good. No, but really, I did, that was a joke, everyone, but I did, we did have talks already about what I'm looking to do at my next assignment, and looking to be and what I need to look out for. And I really do appreciate the talks we had. And right away, even though I could be a blip on your screen, your radar, because I'm leaving, you took the time to reach out to me during just to see how I'm doing, not even talk about work, just to see how everything's going. And that really means a lot. And then like I said, the talks we had about what I should look out for, what I need to be as a leader for my troops, and support them and help support them, and be their support as a DBO, as a director of business operations of my next assignment. Thank you. And then to Jay. Oh man, Jay. Sometimes it could, yeah. You saw everything, every side, because we would one day we'd be agreeing on something, one day and close the door and say, Jay, no, this is what we got to do, and you'd kindly sit down and say, no, that's not what we're going to do. This is what we have to do. And it's been a real good, probably one of my best supervisors I've had. You go up and down in supervisors. You get good, bad. You learn from them all. But Jay, I think you're definitely one of the supervisors I could be the most open with on things when I'm having issues with anything, contracts, leadership, whatever. And you give me an honest answer. And I really appreciate that. That's something that is, I think, what I've seen a rare quality to find from a supervisor. So thank you for everything. And if your son still needs any help with Japanese, I doubt he'll ever reach out to me, but if he wants to learn more Japanese, but thank you, Jay, for everything. Tony, I can't believe you noticed that cup. I guess I walk around with it every day. I didn't think it was that important, but but thank you so much for everything. You were really the reason I was able to learn the most about QA. If there was an issue, you would come to me and I would have to try to solve it. That dealt with contracts. It helped me learn about QA. If there's someone I needed to talk to in QA, you would get me to them, so I could talk to the right person and learn as much as I needed to in that. And then outside of the just the job, it's been good. Joking around with you, talking about whiskey. You got to get that Toki whiskey. That's to you too, Lieutenant Commander Burt. You got to get that Toki whiskey. So a lot of good topics. Thank you for making my time in the office enjoyable. So I think you've been here what, 2 years? So I think it's been 2 years, almost 2 years. But you, I mean, you were, I don't know how to describe it. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to find because you're the only other military in the office with me, and sometimes there's certain topics that only you can talk with the military, and you're that type of person who's just willing to sit down, open up, and give you, hey, this is what I think, and this is what you should do, and then you leave it up to me to decide if I really want to do it. You don't hold anything. You say just this is what I think, and I think that's I really appreciate all the time, and I guess it really comes down to mentorship. That it's been a great, you've been a great mentor to me, and I really appreciate. Let me know. We can get some ramen sometime. And then what, is that time? What?
No. It's great.
I got one more to Steve Clear. I don't know if you thought I would call you out on this, but not calling you out on anything actually. But I was thinking over the past couple months that your style of leadership is something that I really, really like. I hadn't seen it before, but I like it. It's the one where you give all the information you can to your people. You let them know, and then you let them decide on it. You hear their opinion, and then you decide on something. And you have so many things on your plate, and you still give everyone the time to hear their opinion, take it into account, and say, hey, this is what I think. And I want to say me directly that is one of you think as one of the most important things. Let your people know early, because hey, they're going to find out anyway at the end of the day. So might as well let them know. So I really appreciate that's just one instance, but I really appreciate all the leadership by being the leader you are. And then anyone I missed, it's been a pleasure working with you. We accomplished a lot in DCMA together, and I'm really happy that you all let me be a part of it. If you really need to reach out to me for anything, I'm in the global, so just look me up. Different email address though. And then finally, I guess I got to do this. All the contracts team is pressuring me. Nagi, this is to the woman who uprooted her perfect life as a world traveling flight attendant for Japan Airlines from Tokyo to let me choose a job in the boonies of Japan, far away from Tokyo. So thank you for your continued support all the time, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. I thought you. And so that's all I had.
Thanks, Byron. At this time, if anyone wants to share a few words to Byron, the mic is yours.
I'll say a few words. I just want to say, Byron, you're a truly silent professional. One of the few folks that reached out to me and wanted to know more about space. And that on my books is already the highest level because you like space. And so we see eye to eye. But your knowledge and we appreciate and leverage, and something we'll miss. There were times where you couldn't be in meetings because of certain characteristics of the meetings, but your ability to leverage robust processes to be able to transfer parts between contracts will have impacts to national security more than you'll ever know. So thank you for your service and your commitment to our nation's defense.
Thank you.
Hey, actually, I'd like to say just a couple of words myself. if you don't mind, Raj. Byron, man, those are great words, man. I mean, you actually, this kills me because I had so many jokes about you I was going to come up with. And then, you know, first of all, I didn't know you studied biochemistry, you know, and then I find out also that you had a Navy captain for a father and you ended up in the Air Force. What happened? I mean, so much material, but all that set aside, on the professional side, there were things that you accomplished while you were here. Just off the top of my head, that the JPAT, I remember when I first walked into my first meeting and they had a list of contracts that were just in trouble and late. And it was literally about 5, maybe like 10 pages long. And I was like, wow, we have some work to do. And then just recently we went into one, and I want to say we had maybe half a page and like 3 or 4 of them. And the meeting went from being 2 to 2.5 hours long to about 10, 15 minutes. And it's really due to the hard work that you put in. And on the personal side, getting a chance just to talk with you a little bit more about where you've been, how you traveled. You're a good-natured guy, clearly a family guy. And I do wish you well in your trip back to Japan. Even if you are going to the boonies, it's still about 7,000 miles closer to Nagi's former home than here. So wish you well. I hope to see you guys again out here, at least at some time in your future. And if you are ever back up in LA again, please give me a call. You guys are welcome to come by the house. We'll have a couple of beers, and I'd be glad to welcome you back to the U.S., okay? Farewell, following seas, and God bless.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, it's a long pause, Byron. I was hoping someone else would chime in, but no one did. I don't have anything nice to say to you. Miss you as a friend, because that's how I know you. We hung out a lot outside of work. So I guess kind of going along with what Mr. Clear ended with, I'm gonna miss you, miss your friendship. It's been nice knowing you. Don't forget us little people when you get to the big leagues out in Japan. And whenever the unofficial Zoom party is where we can have a drink, let me know so I can join. Have a good one, man. Nagi, I'm gonna miss you too. I kind of liked you better than Byron. So
Everyone says so. I mean,
it's the truth, you know. I'm just being blunt.
Oh, you know.
All right, peace, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Hey, Byron, can you hear me? Can you see me?
You.
Hey, don't worry about Calvin. He says that to everybody, that he likes their wife better than the actual person. He said that exact same thing to me when he met my wife, and for like 30 seconds at the Christmas. It still hurts, okay?
I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I was just being honest. That's what a good friend does.
And I appreciate that honesty, both from you. This isn't about me and you, Calvin. This is about Byron. So, from the professional side of the house, Byron, you are one smart dude. And I appreciate every piece of information and help you gave me in understanding what the hell goes on in DCMA on the contract side, because I'm just some dumb Navy sailor who shows up and doesn't know how things work. I don't know what ACO stands for. I don't know what CA stands for, PCO, any of that jargon. So you are a tremendous help to me in understanding how everything works here. So I appreciate all that insight you gave me. On a personal note, you're the son of a Navy captain, as Steve Clear already said, and I have children. So now you're setting a standard for my kids to follow. I'm going to yell at them every day and be like, why can't you be like him? So I appreciate you setting that standard as well. So I hope I do okay. I don't know. We'll see though. But I appreciate everything about you, and congratulations to you and Nagi. I'm glad you guys are together and you're making this journey together. It just makes it that much more special. So enjoy and take care.
So you're saying that you want them to go to the Air Force?
I guess maybe I have to talk to your dad. I don't know what's going on there. Why? How did that happen? We got to talk some more about that and how that ended up that way. I mean, I know you Air Force guys take better care of each other. You have better accommodations, right? You're not sleeping on a ship. You got Wi-Fi in your room, so it's just a smarter decision. I get that, but why would you want to be part of the Air Force, man? Go Navy. All right, dude.
Thanks.
Anyone else wants to chime in for Byron? Going once, twice, thrice. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today in honoring Captain Muhlenberg's time in DCMA. This concludes today's event. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Take care, Byron. Best
Take it,
of luck.
Byron.
Thank you.